Hi, let's talk about the blacks from the Schmincke Super-Granulating Special Edition colors, watercolors. So Schmincke has came out with this range of super granulating colors. There are 15 colors in total, and I am going to look at the 3 blacks that are from the 15 colors. They actually have 3 different sub range, where they name it after, they name it as Deepsea, Galaxy, or Glacier. So they do look slightly different from each other. So putting the blacks together, let's look at the difference, the similarities and the differences. So the top is Deepsea, and then followed by Galaxy Black, and the last one is Glacier Black. So if we look at the pigment information, you will notice that PBK11 is common in all 3 colors. So that is actually mask black. So mask black is PBK11 in the Schmincke Horadum Aquarelle color range. This color is like a brownish black, and it's very granulating. I can understand why they actually chose it as a base for these blacks. And if you compare just the color of the 3 blacks, you will find that Galaxy is actually the most different because it's very blue. It has a blue tendency because of the addition of PB29. So PB29 is a pigment that's contained in ultramarine blue, French ultramarine blue, and together I think they actually had quite a large proportion of PB29 in it. So this black looks pretty blue-black. So it's pretty, it's more bluish tint. Glacier Black also contains a bluish pigment, which is PB35, which is found in cobalt azole. One of the, it's actually cerulean blue. And actually it's not very apparent here. The blue, the pigment is not very apparent in the mixture. So perhaps you can just take a look at it. Alright. And the last but not least is the Deepsea Black. Deepsea Black is rather complex because there are 3 pigments. So there's mask black. There's another blue pigment called PB74, which is a cobalt blue deep, which is one of my favorite cobalt blue color from the Schmincke series. They also included a PG36. Or I couldn't find an equivalent pigment color that uses this pigment in the Schmincke series, but I found one in the Daniel Smith series as colors, and it is the phthalo green yellow shade. Although the mixture didn't really look similar, I guess they use a very small that percentage of phthalo green is really small, which is why that resulting mixture is not that green. So if we look at them, they actually behave fairly similarly. If you compare the transparency, okay, they are semi-opaque. They are all semi-opaque colors. So if we just look at the colors, even though they're semi-opaque, you do see that you can still see the lines underneath. So it's probably not a big issue if you're using it for ink and watercolor wash. And when you look at the colors, so here are the color pigment in water in pigment test, and I really like the effect, how these colors interact with water, and by varying the amount of water you use and also the sequence of it, you can actually get different sort of texture, which is very beautiful, which is a strong point of these colors. And if we look at the lifting test, which is at the bottom, they all lift quite well, so they are all non-staining colors. And the gradient test just gives you more information about how it would behave in when it's when you add it wet and when you add it to water and you tilt it at a gradient. So how would you use these colors? I would actually use these colors just as it is. There's no need for mixing. Probably it will be good as if you're painting a piece of rock. A stone surface, rocky surface, side of a mountain, where you want to actually get some texture. It's black, but you would like to get some texture. These are the colors to go for. And of course, the way you choose it is actually from what sort of texture you like to see. So for some of these colors, The granulating particles are actually the bluish ones. So if you really like to have that kind of blue texture to it, you can use these. Consider using one of them. But of course, we do know that these are actually convenient mixtures. So if you already have Mars Black, and you do, I'm sure you definitely have a ultramarine blue or a cerulean blue, you can actually just make your own. So these two are fairly easy to mix. This one you need to probably work a bit with the proportion, because I do think I added too much of that phthalo green. So definitely, if you are strapped for cash, you do not wish to spend money to buy these, it's fine. Just go and get the colors, the different pigments, and you can mix them as you like it. All right, so let's see how I use them in sketches. So I actually did the short front drawings consecutive weeks, and I started off with the Deepsea Black, and to me this is the most neutral black out of that three. The Glacier Black has slight yellowish tone to it, so I actually used that to my advantage and added more of that yellow. And for the Galaxy Black, it's obviously it has more blue, so the PB29 really shines through, and you can see all the separation when I use it diluted with water. So this is how you use it. I don't think you should mix these colors. As I mentioned, they would be very good to use already on, let's say, mountains or rocks, things like that, to create more texture. All right, so I'll see you in the next video. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, just like my video, subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Right, bye bye.